we're so excited. Look at what I have here, the Minelab Manticore. Now we've been fortunate enough to use it, but now we can finally show you guys, and we're going to take a look at it today. We're going to take a look at the different physical aspects of it. We're also going to look at the menu, the different search modes, how to navigate in the unit. And you're going to see this unit, although it's very powerful, it is a beast. It's very simple to use. So let's take a look at it. So let's take a look at some of the physical specs of the detector. Now the first thing we're going to take a look at is the cuff. So it's actually narrower than the Equinox cuff. It's got a nicer fit, and it's also made out of a more flexible plastic, you know, which will absorb better the shock if it falls and stuff like that, I believe. Also, it's got a nicer fit, so you can really tighten the cuff around your forearm. There's no movement, no wobble or wiggle room there. It's very comfortable. Lori really appreciates that because she has a smaller forearm. Very, very nice design. Now it's got a little tab here you can push down, it clicks, and then it's fully adjustable. You don't have the, to pull out a pin, put it through the hole and have the little knob and that. You just can slide it over and where you want it, flip it back in, it's ready to go. You can even pull the whole thing right off. If you're traveling, you want to put it in a case or something, and it can easily go back on. Lock it in place and you're ready to go. That's it. Also, the Manticore comes with a full carbon fiber shaft, a 3-piece shaft, telescopic, so it collapses really small. It'll go down. I forget what the actual measurement is, but to give you an idea, that's how small the detector can get. Really easy to carry around that way. Another thing we're going to look at too is the control box. The control box itself has changed as well. It has a flashlight on the back of it that shoots towards the coil. You can also have the option for the vibrating handle, which is kind of cool. It's very practical. You want that additional sensation when you're over a target. The other cool thing is the ears. Now, the coil ears, well, there are none. There's no more coil ears. None on the new one. This is threaded, and the actual ears are on the end of the shaft. So if I take this off, I'll show you guys. The coil has no ears. It's just the solid centerpiece coming out, and the bushings fit inside here, and they fit nice and snug. There's actually a few slits. That's like 4 lugs or tabs or whatever. They fit in here, and there you go. And then you simply feed this through, and then the other side of the ears is threaded, so this screws right in there. There's no need to have a nut, which also, allows to have that cable closer to where the shaft meets the coil there. And there you go, the new Minelab Manticore. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the menu. We're going to take a look at the search modes, the different settings and options that you have. It's very simple to use. Again, I can't emphasize that enough. Very, very straightforward menus, easy to navigate. You guys are going to love this. Let's take a look.
Okay guys, we're just going to power it on. And there she is. There's the screen. So right away, we're going to just take a quick look at the screen. And right up top here, this is going to be the mode that you're using. Battery indicator. Here's your depth indicator, your sensitivity. I do have it on 2 right now, only because we're indoors and I got metal in this table. We have multi-IQ indicated here. If you're using a single frequency, that's where you're going to see it. Your target IDs appear here. Right there. As you can see, the target IDs have multiple gold rings on right now. And that's where your IDs come. Here you have your ferrous limits on the top and the bottom. I like to see this as FE and F2 for those who are coming from the equinox. We'll get more into detail on that. Here's your center line. The more the target comes into the center, the more desirable of a target it is. And that's pretty much it, I think. Now we'll just look over the buttons that you see.
So you have your power button here, and you have your, this is a shortcut key to your light settings. So for the lighting, the display light and that. Here you have your Wi-Fi connection. In here you have your user profile. It's also a soft key that can be programmed to set it to something else.
We'll go through that again.
And you have your horseshoe. This one's also, these are two soft keys also. This is the horseshoe right now, and your accept reject button. That can be also changed. And also this is your settings. So this is to go into your settings, and that's where you have your menu to change everything really.
And these keys here right now, this is your navigation buttons, up, down, right, left. You also have pinpoint as your bottom one.
Yeah. And right now you can see there's two little red arrows beside your sensitivity. So by using your left and right, you can change your sensitivity on your main screen.
This is something you're going to see throughout a lot of the menu are these red visual indicators. This is great because right away it grabs your attention and you know what you need to do. So you're going to see these red arrow indicators a lot throughout the menu.
Let's go into the settings and look at the menu. Now there's two pages. So it starts off at the volume, but there's two pages. So that just switch to the second page. That's the end of it. But we'll start at the bottom and we'll just go through these and see what we have there. So the first one is volume.
And to be able to reduce, increase, or decrease your volume, you see those wonderful indicator arrows. So to increase, we go right. To decrease, we go left. Very simple, clear to understand. Yeah. The next one, we have our search mode. So you have search mode, all-terrain general. You have all-terrain fast, all-terrain low conductors, all-terrain high conductors, all-terrain trash reject. Now what's really great about this is you can toggle back and forth. There's no more, if you went too far and you missed it, there's no more having to go all the way through to toggle back. Next is we have beach mode. This is beach general. You have beach low conductors. You have beach deep. Lastly, we have beach surf and seawater. Next, we have one Goldfield general mode. The fantastic thing about this, guys, is you no longer need the manual to figure out which setting is best for you. The reason is all the information is right in there. When you see this edit key, that means you can actually go into this setting. When you press the edit key, you now can add it to your favorite, or you could do a reset of only that mode. So you no longer have to do a whole, you don't have to do the whole reset of all the modes and all that sort of stuff. Now you can do each individually right there, which is incredibly fast. Wonderful. I just absolutely love this feature, except also in here, when you go into the next one is info. Let's go down to info, and it's telling me red arrow bar to the right.
Okay, so the first one we have is all-terrain general. It's for inland general purpose detecting. Excellent all-around performance for most targets and conditions. And for every mode, they give you a rating as far as target separation and trash rejection goes. It's a 5-star rating, which is really a really cool feature.
All-terrain fast.
So for all-terrain fast, it's for inland detecting, optimized for separation of targets. Coat rejection makes this mode suited for sites of ancient habitation. And then you have a rating as far as target separation is in trash rejection.
Next, all-terrain low conductors. Edit button, info.
All-terrain low conductors. Inland detecting optimized for small or thin metal targets, such as hammered or cut coins and fine jewelry. Coke rejection makes this mode suitable for sites of ancient habitation. Well, now you can see there's a a red arrow pointing down. That means there's more. I'm going to hit the down arrow and see what was missing was the rating there.
Again, it'll show you the up or down arrow. It's actions. It keeps showing you where you need to go. That's just amazing. All right. Back. Let's go into the next one. All-terrain high conductors.
All-terrain high conductors. Inland detecting optimized for large or thick metal targets, such as copper, gold, silver coins. Special discrimination capabilities for highly conductive coin stacks.
To see the full rating.
Yeah.
And we have the target separation, trash, reject. Next, we have all-terrain trash, reject.
Inland detecting optimized for maximum rejection of iron trash and foil.
So that's everything for the all-terrain. Next, after all-terrain, we have your beach general.
Yeah, so those are the beach modes. First one is beach general. Beach general is for saltwater beach general purpose detecting. Excellent all-around performance for most targets on dry sand, wet sand, and in the water.
And you have your rating. Beach low conductors.
Beach low conductors. Saltwater beach detecting for small or thin metal objects, such as fine jewelry items, suitable for dry and wet sand.
And we have our ratings there. Beach deep.
Beach deep. Saltwater beach detecting for small or thin metal objects, such as fine jewelry with aggressive settings for maximum depth, suitable for dry and wet sand.
And just to go down to show the ratings.
There you go.
And lastly, we have beach surf and seawater.
Beach surf and seawater. Saltwater beach detecting suitable for difficult saltwater conditions, including in the surf zone and salt wash.
All right, and lastly, we have our Goldfield general mode. Sorry for the little hum, we do have a threshold on there.
Goldfield general. Goldfield detecting suitable for small nuggets in benign to moderate soil mineralization conditions.
So that covers all the search modes. All right, so next up arrow, this brings you to your noise cancel. So right here, you can see it really easy. You can either do your manual or your auto noise cancel. To do it, you can decrease or increase as your manual, or simply just press. Usually you do need to lift the coil off the ground slightly, and you'll see that. Not only that, they also give you a visual, as you can see. Lift the coil off, and it shows you the visual on how to do your noise cancel as you're doing it.
Yeah, the next one is ground balance. For ground balance, here you have the option to either change the value using the left and right arrow keys, or you can set it to for tracking. So by pressing this button here, and you can see the little squiggly icon there, it tracking on, tracking off. So that's where you would press to do the tracking ground balance.
Press and hold, and you have your auto ground balance happening there. So,
Yeah.
so all of your ground balances are right there. It's everything.
You hold this one and you pump the coil.
Yeah, you press and hold, and you pump the coil, as they're indicating right here. There's a little mini tutorial happening in each one of these. It's fantastic.
And then a quick press will turn the tracking on or off.
Yes. So we have our ground balance. Now next, we have our recovery speed. Easy, reduce, increase. You know, the more separation you want, the higher you bring it. The more depth you want, the lower you bring it. Higher trash, the higher you bring it. And to change it. Next, we have our discrimination patterns. This is something that we're going to go more in depth on another video on, and we're actually going to show you how to create your discrimination pattern. So here you have your custom and you have your all metal. Here in the custom, like I said, we will go more into detail, but I'm just going to show you the screen. You go into edit, and this is where you're going to be able to create your discrimination pattern. Now let's go up, and here we have our ferrous limits. To me, I look at this as, for those who are coming from the Equinox, as your iron bias. The top being Fe, the bottom being F2. The top being Fe, dealing with the iron. Whereas the bottom presets here, it's dealing more with the steel and steel bottle caps. And for us, our steel clad coins fall into that area as well. Now there's a lot of details. You can see right now, this is the default. You can actually change this. You could bring this in or out. You can bring this lower or higher. So there's a lot of stuff, and we're going to go into more detail on another video on that. I'm just quickly showing you guys.
But again, there's a few presets.
There's a few presets.
Change, and then there's the custom option where you can go in.
So right in here, when you press the edit, you can quickly make changes here by increasing or decreasing your upper ferrous limits. And if you want to do the lower presets, just one click down, you know, so there's
left, right to change
and left and right to change the value. And also, like I said, you can actually go in and customize your ferrous limits on exactly what you want to accept and not accept, which we'll go into more detail.
When you think about it, if you use the ferrous limits in conjunction with discrimination patterns, you can have a lot of control over what you want to hear.
Yeah, this is what I love about this. You have so much more control over so many of it. I mean, the options you have, it's like almost having a black canvas, you know, and this is what I want to hear. This is what it's fantastic. I think people are really going to enjoy creating their own custom programs for their conditions and what they're looking for.
Default settings and very well balanced.
So this is where you have your ferrous limits and where you can customize your ferrous limits. Now we'll continue up. Your ferrous volume, it is what it is. It's how loud you hear
the iron grunt is.
The iron grunt is. And in there, ferrous volume, you click onto there. This is where you can increase or decrease how loud you hear the iron. Okay, so here's your ferrous volume. If we go to the right, as you can see, there's more than one. You have two pages here. On the second page is where you have your ferrous pitch. So this is where you can hear it as low or as high as you want. So here's your ferrous pitch. You can maybe hear that.
Yeah, you can change the
so you can change the pitch
of the ferrous tone.
So I'm just going to show you guys, you have one tone, you have two tone, you have five tone, you have one region, all tones, you have two region, all tones, and you have five region, all tones. And in each one of these, you press the edit right here, and you can go in and edit these.
And that's another video.
Definitely another video. There's a lot to talk about in this. It's very, very simple. It's not like it's something really difficult. You can go in, play around, and I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. But we'll probably make another additional video to really go through the details with everyone. So that covers the target tones.
Next, let's go up. Audio themes. Now, there's a few audio themes which
it's really cool.
Really makes
the
sound of the detector change.
So again, if you want, I'll just run my hands over it. I have a few gold rings on, and you can hear.
Normal.
Now guys, I'm on a sensitivity 2, remember that, and that's what's pretty incredible. Only 2 on sensitivity, and these are not the biggest rings, but there's normal.
Enhanced. Depth. Prospecting.
So much higher.
And back to normal.
And within these, within normal, within that, again, we see an edit button.
Yeah.
You can go in there, and this right here. So as soon as you choose which kind of audio you want to hear, this is where you can come in. You can change your threshold level, threshold pitch, and the profile.
Yeah.
So each one of these, I mean, really simple again, you know, up and down, everything is all together, which I love. And then you have the threshold pitch. Now the profile, again, this is medium. You have a simple
medium. Then it's rich.
rich.
So here's your threshold level, and we have it at 0 so we don't have its constant hum while we're showing this video.
Yeah.
I personally like to have
A nice threshold that just a little bit.
Audible threshold, but this is where you bring it up, you can hear it. And this is where you would come to
Now, if you
change
don't
the
like
pitch.
that, if you don't like the sound of
Oh,
that,
I can't stand this F, I want an F sharp. There you go. And there. And there we go. That was your audio theme.
Next is we have frequencies. Very clear.
Yeah, multi.
Right now you're running multi.
Gives you a left, right arrow for choices. These are the only choice you have. And then your back button. So you know you can toggle with these. Multi, 5 kilohertz, 10 kilohertz, 15 kilohertz, 20 kilohertz, 40 kilohertz. And if you go back, continue, you'll start back to the multi, but you can toggle back and forth with that.
Yeah. And next we're into the general settings. And in our general settings is where you're going to find the vibration for the handle. You're going to find the lighting. This here is the soft keys, as we were talking about earlier. You can adjust. We're going to actually adjust one of them, I think, to put our noise cancel here, because that's something that we use often when we turn on the machine. We want a quick access. So we're going to look at the soft keys. Here you have your manufacturer reset, where you can reset all your modes instead of just the one. Here you have your software info as well. So right now, vibration, we'll just go one by one. So vibration to turn it on or off, very simple.
Left or right?
Right, or just keep going right, and it turns it on and
toggles,
off, and it just toggles. Now for your lighting, once you get into your lighting, you have different options because we have different lights on this. It's not just the back screen, you have the back screen, the display, and we have the flashlight in the back. So this is where you access that. So here is where you have your display. You can, make it brighter or darker. Where we had, I'm not going to go because we already looked at it, and if I do it too bright, guys, you're not going to see anything. So this is your display. Here is your keypad. Again, we'll just go down, show the keypad, on, off, very simple. Flashlight down here, on, off, or I mean brighter, brightest, and then there you go, and off. So there's your flashlight. So we just covered the lighting. Let's get out of there. Now our soft keys. I'll let Eric go over the soft keys with you.
The soft keys are basically programmable keys that you can assign them a function. There's, I believe, the side profile key here, and these two keys here that are programmable. Now it shows you the right arrow there. You hit that arrow, and then you can toggle. So you have this one right now that you can program. It's favorites right now, and that's showing a down arrow. This one is the horseshoe, which is this one here. And then if we continue, we go to this one, is your accept reject button, which would be showing right here, is this one. So we want to set this button here to do the noise cancel. So right now it's to accept reject. We're going to use the left or right arrow keys. We have noise cancel, ground balance, favorite mode, all metal, accept reject. So we're going to go to noise cancel, and now it's been set to noise cancel. So when we go back to the main detecting screen, this button here, you're going to see instead of accept reject icon, it's going to be the noise cancel icon. So it's going to be a shortcut now. So I'll be able to do the horseshoe on the left side and my noise cancel on the right side when I start detecting. And we'll go back, and that's it. So now we go back. I'll go out, and then we can see now the icon here is showing the change that we made for the noise cancel. This is where, if you go down, this is where you do the full manufacturer reset of the whole unit, and not just, because you can do the search modes individually, but this is where you do the whole detector, and the software info will tell you which version you have installed on there.
This is the prototype model. It's going to look very, very similar to this, but this is what you're going to see. What do you guys think? I'm just absolutely in love with this. We'll bring you guys a few more videos with a little more detail on them. But for now, this is the beast.
Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. We will be putting out more videos of the Minelab Manticore, so stay tuned.